After what feels like 7 years in real life and is 7 years in game, we are back in Hyrule with Ocarina of Time, and I'm super pumped about it. So, since it's been so long, kind of a refresher on where we're at. We just pulled the Master Sword from the pedestal, and in the process, Ganondorf gained access to the Sacred Realm and has completely taken over Hyrule. In that time, our body aged for 7 years, and we came to the future. We met Sheik, who told us to go to Kakariko Village, and that should help us progress to the next area. So, no delays. Let's get with it. I'm super excited. And now, at this point, as adult Link, we've lost access to some items, which, I never really understood why you can't use your boomerang or sticks. But hey, whatever. No big deal. So let's check it out. What's different? It kind of slaps you in the face as soon as you walk out the door. Hyrule is not in a good place. As you can see there, there's that giant fire ring around Death Mountain. I remember the first time I saw that when I was younger. I was like, wow, what is happening? It makes you just want to go there first and see what's going on. And it's all dark and brooding. Ugh. And then you come here, and everything you knew has been destroyed. There's re-dead zombies. And they really make it look like everybody that died in Hyrule Castle Town got turned into a zombie, which is super creepy. And we'll find out that some people made it out, but I think for the most part, like maybe all those people that were at the vendor stand and stuff didn't make it. So here, the pot room with the guard is now a ghost shop. Oh, you are quite an energetic young man. You're brave and handsome too. Your name is Link, isn't it? Don't be surprised. I can read people's minds. If I looked as good as you, I could run a different kind of business. My shop is the only ghost shop in Hyrule. Because of the great Ganondorf, it is a fine time for business like this. Oh, I can only hope the world gets even worse. The ghosts, called Poes, are spirits of concentrated evil that appear in fields in the graveyard. They hate the world. Young man, if you catch a Poe, I will pay a lot of money for it. I never realized that he's like a total dick from when I was a kid. I mean, I knew he was creepy, but what an asshole. And also, what do Poes do? Why would you buy one? What's the point? They're concentrated hatred. And there's no, whatever. Don't overthink it. But here we are, Hyrule Field. As you can see, it is the same. It's nice and sunny. And I felt super comfortable to get here after going through Hyrule Castle Town as a kid. Because it's like, familiarity. Oh my god. But I don't know if you noticed this. One thing that's really cool, that's pretty subtle, is when you're adult Link, they kind of pull the camera out farther away from you, and it makes everything look a little bit smaller. And when you're a kid, the camera is zoomed up closer to Link, so things in the distance appear larger. It's a nice contrast between kid Link and adult Link. And, that's really where the story of this game lies. It's often criticized for having a similar story to A Link to the Past, but in reality, it's more about the world. Same thing with Majora's Mask. Like, the juxtaposition between past Hyrule and future Hyrule tells its own story, and it's integrated nice and neatly into the overarching story. And personally, I think that past and future Hyrule is cooler than the light world and the dark world in A Link to the Past, but that's totally my opinion. I see the argument for both. But yeah, Kakariko Village, as you can see, construction has finished up in the 7-year gap, and a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people from Hyrule Castle Town ended up fleeing here. So this is pretty much, when you're adult Link, this is the main town of Hyrule. We can go ahead and explore a little bit, see if anything's changed. Let's see. Oh, God. Her teeth still get me, man. What a gross character model. All people have hardships in their past that they would rather no one found out about. Look at the bearded man sleeping over there. I bet even someone like him has had a share of troubles in the past. What we got? Oh, it's our boy Talon, and he's sleeping, just like when we were kids. Familiarity brings comfort, guys. Remember that. Myelin, doing all right. Sorry to make you worry. Okay, so clearly he's not having the best time. Maybe we should check out the ranch in a future episode, see what's going on. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the only notable thing that we can show off here in Kakariko Village. The real reason we're here is to check out the graveyard, because there's a key item that is going to be super useful for us. Oh, you might have noticed, I'm using the 16:9 widescreen enhancement on my emulator, because I figured my original intention was to keep everything at its original resolution, but this does a pretty good job of maintaining the character models in their proper form and not stretching them out, which I can get behind. The only like noticeable thing that I don't like about it is when you enter a house or another area, there's a black circle effect that only covers the 4:3 area of the screen. Like, we'll see it right here, I think. Yeah, that. But if that's the only thing, that's not too bad. We can, if we're gonna play on an emulator, we might as well make it modern, because I never ended up getting that capture card in my 9-month hiatus, so still on the list. Oh, and sorry. That is Dompe. He is the gravekeeper, but he unfortunately passed away. I assumed of just like old age. Oh, jeez. Or I don't know. He looks kind of weird. Maybe he had some health problems, but he passed away in the 7-year time gap. But we found his spirit. Jeez. And now we're racing him for some reason. Oh. I'm rusty at this, sorry. And the Xbox One controller has very sensitive thumbsticks, so I need to figure out how to get my N64 adapter to work. I'm not using a standalone emulator, I'm using RetroArch, because I'm lazy and I just like the universal settings for all my emulators. Alright, oh, I hope we make it. Oh, we're good. Yeah, that was no problem at all. Alright. The time of this race was 1:05. Young man, you are very quick to be able to keep up with me. As a reward, I'm gonna give you my treasure. It's called the hook shot. Its spring-loaded chain will pull you to any spot where its hook sticks. Doesn't that sound cool? I'm sure it will help you. I live here now, so come back anytime. What is this voice? Oh, well, we never have to talk to him again, so he'll forever have a country, serious, grovelly mixture of an accent. I think, I don't know, maybe that's how they sound in Utah. I've never been there. Dompe's from Utah. Alright, here we go, hookshot. Noticeably absent from Breath of the Wild. This is one of my favorite items. It's just fun. So you like, there's several types of material in this game where you can hookshot yourself on it. And in Ocarina of Time, there's not a set reticle that lets you know that you can pull yourself up. So I, as a kid, did so much experimentation, hookshotting everything I could to see if it could pull me up. And there's a lot of glitches with the hookshot too. You can just like sequence break and stuff like that. Alright, here we are. We're back in the windmill. He said be careful on your way out, like there was some serious thing to avoid, but the only thing that you need to be careful about on this is that you can miss this heart piece. Which I'm pretty sure we need to go back there for another heart piece anyway to race him again, but, you know, whatever. We could have come back for it, but it is a pain in the ass. We'll come back here when the story permits. The windmill guy plays a small part in the rest of the game. So yeah, now with that, we can go ahead and work our way towards the next dungeon. Now, I don't want to spoil it, so I won't. We'll just head there. I don't think that the game gives you any context clues until Navi pings you. And a good tip, if you're playing this on your own and you're ever lost, you can play Saria's song and talk to her. But at this point in the game, you'll usually just say, Navi will be like, do you want to talk to Saria? And you just say no. And then she'll be like, oh, well, do you want to talk to me? And she'll give you the next hint that she would normally do. You don't have to wait for it to come up and for her to go, hey, and press up on the C stick. Little tidbit of info for you. Papa Frags has got you. Never forget, you're not playing this alone. I'm always watching. Always watching you. Hey, you know what? On that note, I think this is a pretty good spot to post up until the next episode. So, hey, man, it feels really good to be back recording on here. And I'm excited to finish this one up. I think Ocarina of Time is going to be my primary focus until it's done. And then I'll hit Sonic Adventure back up after that. Playing 2 games at once is a lot. So, cool. Well, hey, if you're still sticking around, I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you next time. Take care.